And we are live. And we're here tonight to talk about planes, trains, and automobiles. But we got a few announcements. One,
Are you
we
not going to
still have a contest going on. Do what?
You're not going to introduce me first? Rude.
Introduce you. I thought everybody knew you. I thought you were the big draw. I thought you were the reason
All
why
right.
some of these.
Okay. Go ahead with your announcements then.
I thought you were the reason, the main event, the reason why people have gotten some of these live streams up over 100 views.
I mean, there might be new people who don't know who I am. I'm just saying. So go ahead with your announcements. It's whatever.
Okay. So we've got a contest still going on. Type 1 Diabetes Awareness Contest.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically multimedia, not just for the vinyl community, though that's where most of our entries have come so far. But we'll take entries that include movies, comic books. Yeah, so we're not picking. I'm a pushover apparently. So there is a live stream that gives kind of the rules what we're looking for. The prizes is $50 in cash, 2 books from the Academy Arts Press website, and either a acting or screenwriting session with Vin Morielli, Mandy's husband, who is an inductee into the Kentucky TV and Film Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And so pretty good prizes. You've got until midnight Sunday night to do an entry if you want to do one. And so we got that talked about. And no, Aretha, you do this every week. You can't have that. My cat is getting ready to make her appearance, whether I want her to or not. Come here. And let's do this without getting the mic.
So unprofessional.
And now in my headphones. Oh, and that is the face of trouble. Troublemaker. Right there. But she's a good girl.
Do you need me for any of this? Did you cut this? Your volume's gone. Your volume's gone. So now, welcome to the Mandy show because Dale's volume is turned off. Just go ahead and sign off. I got this under control. Tonight we're going to talk about planes, trains, and automobiles. Okay, so it's like a 1987 comedy with Steve Martin and John Candy. So Steve Martin is on a plane trying to go home to Chicago. You're still, I don't know if you can hear me, Dale, but you are still zero to us. Steve Martin's trying to go home to Chicago, right? So he's taking a cab. We can't hear you, Dale. He's taking a cab to the airport where he encounters. You back?
Now I'm
welcome to the Mandy show.
But you're messing with me.
I'm not messing with you. You were totally off for like a minute and a half. I'm not messing with you.
Why? How come I can't hear you then?
You can't hear me now?
I can't hear you.
My God. Everybody else can hear me.
I'm really confused. And this is going to be the weirdest live stream ever. You really are talking. No, you're not. You're messing with me.
I'm not messing with you. Would I mess with you? I'm not messing with you.
Yes, you are.
If you can hear me, then how are you answering? If you can't hear me, how are you answering?
Because you were messing with me earlier. You're not muted.
I'm not muted. I'm not muted. I'm talking. Oh, Dale, you are special.
people are going to wonder what the heck we're doing here.
Maybe
Okay, so apparently we have technical difficulties.
Your headphones don't
my
work.
earbuds went dead, and now I can't hear her. But these headphones are working fine. I hear myself perfectly. Do you hear me?
I hear you. Is anybody watching right now who can tell
This
us?
is a prank.
It's not a prank. I'm gonna get on my iPad and see if I can hear.
Clap your hands. I want to see you clap your hands. Vin, you can hear us both.
Oh, is Vin on?
All right. Well, this is really weird. I don't know how I'm going to do this if I can't hear. Here, I'm going to try something. Hopefully, this is not going to take you all the way. I can bring you right back. Now.
No, I'm messing with you now. Can you hear me?
I can't. This is an elaborate prank. You've got Vin on it too,
Take your
Vin's saying that he can hear you
headphones off
to mess with me.
Take your headphones off.
Because you were not muted. Now I muted you. But now I've unmuted you. So talk.
I've been talking. Take your headphones off. Take your headphones off. Somebody.
Hang on a minute. I think I'm going to go, because one thing we forgot to do is we forgot to link it to the pages. I'm actually going to go to YouTube.
I've already linked it to the Facebook. He can't hear me, but I've already linked it to the Facebook page.
To my channel.
Somebody message this.
Maybe I might have to listen to the...
Your headphones don't work, Dale.
To this on...
Oh, God, help me. Take your head. How can I chat with you and tell you to take your headphones off? Headphones off, yeah.
If I unplug my headphones, I can't hear anything. Something about the way the headphones work. I have to have them in. I have to have something in.
Okay, so let's just say that the movie sucked, and you should watch Due Date with Robert Downey Jr. instead.
All right, so...
And have a good night.
And why is the YouTube not working right?
It's user error.
I can't get YouTube to buffer, so I can't hear you that way either.
So you are the problem. I can't wait till you watch this back tomorrow or tonight, whenever, and realize that you're the problem.
Okay, let me try this. I'm going to unplug my mic and plug it back in.
Unplug this mic and plug it back in. It's not plugged back in, Goofy. I can see the cross through your microphone on my end. You're muted.
There we go. So now I can hear you again.
All right. Welcome. Welcome to the Mandy Show.
Okay, that was weird. So... a half an hour ago, we were talking about the contest.
I've already done the first 5 scenes of the movie without you.
Oh, have you?
I have.
Okay. So where are we? Those aren't pillows?
No, we're on a train already.
All right. One other announcement. There will be a live stream tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. If anybody is seeing this on the replay. It's a Thanksgiving live stream. Me and Value Steve will be talking football, but we'll be goofing and talking about other stuff as well. So join us tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. For that live stream. And now I guess we're going to join Mandy. Rejoin Mandy back on her analysis of this movie. So... Yeah, that's great. That's great. This is the streaming equivalent of planes, trains, and automobiles. Yeah, I feel like the car's on fire. Okay.
Well, you are definitely the John Candy in this scenario because I've done nothing wrong.
Okay, so I'm the guy that flipped the cigarette in the back seat.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Oh wow. All right. So I guess we'll just get into it now since we're hey, Value Vinyl Steve in the house.
Hello, Steve.
Um so we are just getting ready to start this movie. I think. Unless you
I mean, I'll restart. Go ahead.
okay. All right. So we open with Steve Martin in a meeting with his boss.
Yeah, checking the time because he's gonna miss his flight.
And since you and I have worked together, we could definitely relate to that,
Mhm.
especially me, because you know how much I used to watch the clock.
I
And
may
wonder if I was
fun.
going to get the wonder if I was going to get relief so that I could leave.
And you know, I didn't watch the clock. I just left when I felt like leaving.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can understand what I went through. You never went through it. You just scooted right out the door, but I just you know
Because you're a pushover. Who said it? It was Steve
it
who said
was
it, right?
Value Vinyl Steve.
You're a pushover.
I'm a softie, apparently. I'm an old softie pushover. And yeah, so the boss would, or the assistant boss would sometimes not even schedule people. I'd end up being there till midnight. So I definitely could relate to wondering, am I ever going to get the leave?
I'd be out by 3:45.
Right. You would have been stealing my cab.
Yeah. Yes.
To get to the airport.
Yes.
And let's see. What he really wanted was to spend Thanksgiving with his family. What he got was 3 days with the turkey. Funny that the first 5 minutes of that movie were also without sound. Steve, you missed the technical difficulty that we had in kicking off this live stream.
No, Steve, because it's true. Somebody had to say it.
Okay, so and then I had forgotten all about Kevin Bacon being in this movie.
Oh yeah, me too. So you said that.
Yeah.
Actually, I was watching it with Vin, and he said, "Is that Kevin Bacon?"
Yeah, and so yeah, that was a great scene watching them try to outrace each other to the cab.
Yeah.
And then that's where we got introduced to John Candy's character because his trunk.
Is his name Dale in the movie?
Del, D-E-L.
I think it's Dale.
No, it's Del. And then Steve Martin's name in that was something Page.
Neil.
So it was Neil Page and Del
McHenry.
Oh wow. You want to hurt me? Go right. Well, we're not quite there. We'll hurt you in a minute, Steve, when we get to that scene. Let's see. So great scene. I love that kind of slapstick humor. That kind of a physical comedy that especially like have you ever seen The Gods Must Be Crazy?
No.
Okay, that is a film we'll have to try to get you a copy of so that we can do that one night. I don't know how many people have seen that, but there's a great physical comedy gag with a Jeep that reminded that put me in the same mind frame as the having the the case that the trunk trip up
Yeah.
Martin's character. And so yeah, watching and then him trying to chase down the cab with candy in it, and then getting knocked down and all the stuff run over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were off to the races.
I've already talked about all of this.
Yeah, and then we got to the airport scene, and of course things are going wrong there too. And he recognizes Candy. He recognizes Dell as Dell's sitting there reading his book. And then Dell comes to the realization that he did steal his cab. And then that was that their bonding moment that Dell felt indebted to Neil, and so he was going to start being his buddy and helping him out. And yeah, that was a great scene as well. And then we come to, Dell has the connection at the hotel. I like all the details. Like why would Neil go with Dell? He already doesn't like Dell. But they paid attention to the details, and they had that one guy sleeping on the floor, and of course Neil Solomon thought, no, I don't want to sleep on the floor. So then he ends up reluctantly going with Dell. Of course, he thought he was going to get his own room.
Yeah.
And well, we got all kinds of folks in the crowd tonight. Your daughter?
Oh, hit ignore.
So then we go to the hotel and all kinds of nasty there.
Yes.
How would you like to have done anything in that bathroom?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was pretty nasty. Yeah. After John Candy's shower, I loved when Steve Martin got out of the shower and all he had was that little washcloth to dry off with.
And you got to see Steve Martin without a shirt on.
Pass.
Really?
Yeah.
Usually you're pretty happy about seeing actors without their shirts on.
Well, not Steve Martin.
Let's
make anybody.
Like he's significantly worse than Steve Carell. Steve Carell, is he like buff or something?
Oh my! What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I don't really fancy guys without their shirts on.
I would rather see John Candy without a shirt on than Steve Martin.
Whoa. Why is that?
Because he's old and gray, and even in 1987. No. Put it back on, Grandpa.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
Why did you even go there?
Because even in the last live stream, when we were talking about Jimmy Stewart, you said you were asking about films and said, does he have a shirt on in any of them?
Don't think I said that.
Yeah, you did.
I don't think so.
Yeah, next time I'll try to have a clip ready.
Find a clip to have it ready. That doesn't sound like what I would say.
Well, I've heard you say that one a lot. Steve Carell.
Well, yeah.
Steve
Carell topless.
I'm trying to think of who else you've talked about, but then yeah, just the last live stream when we were talking about Jimmy Stewart, you were like, "What other films are there, and does he have a shirt off?"
I don't think so, Dale.
Yes, you did.
So let's move back on to your crush on Steve Martin and go from
there. No, I just brought it up because I thought maybe because when I saw him without his shirt on, I thought of you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good either.
No.
But
How come we
um,
never stay on track? We're 20 minutes into this and we've got the first scene.
uh, yeah, yeah. Oh, by the way, uh, if you like, if like Steve says you like big guys without shirts, he's often shirtless on his channel.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So so uh so so yeah, they're in that nasty bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that I was watching a featurette, and Steve Martin said he actually got athlete's foot from walking on that tile.
I can see that.
And so then, yeah, that was just all kinds of nasty. I think the nastier stuff that got me was the next scene when he went back in the next morning, and he was splashing his face and realized that the water had his socks in it.
Yeah, that was gross.
So then he started to wipe his face and realized it was his underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. But let's get back to
Going to
let's
bed.
go back a little bit because they had their big fight. Oh well, wait a minute.
They didn't have
No,
their big
no,
fight.
we're not there yet.
They went to
So
sleep and snuggled.
well, yeah, but what were your feelings when Steve Martin was tearing him apart verbally? I think Steve had some of the dialogue up here. Oh no! Well, wait a minute. uh, are you trying to start a fight?
Oh, I
No,
thought
no. This is
you
this
know
is all
what?
later in the movie. I thought, oh, he's way Steve's way ahead of us. He's almost finished the movie over here in the comments. Uh, there you go. You want to hurt me? Go ahead if it makes you feel any better. I'm an easy target. Yeah, you're right. I talk too much. I also listen too much. I can be a cold-hearted cynic like you, but I don't want to hurt people's feelings. Well, you think what you want about me. I'm not changing. I like me, which was a great response to what Steve Martin was saying. I mean, I was listening to what Steve was saying. Man, that was rough. I mean, what did you think when
they
he was
I'm
tearing
trying
them apart?
to go. I mean, I watched this movie over 3 days time, so I'm trying to go back. I don't recall them fighting in the first scene. I thought it was later on
Oh yeah,
the
because
road
Steve.
where they got into it.
Well, they originally were trying to lay down, and by that time the bed was soaked with beer because he had left it on the vibrating bed.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
And then John Candy's he's like clearing his throat while he's trying to go to sleep, and he finally just blew his gasket.
Yeah.
And he started talking about him and telling him that you need to um, you need to learn to get a point and to get to it. And yeah, he just ripped them apart. I mean, it was some pretty rough stuff.
It was.
And then that's when John came back with what he said
And what did he say?
about the "Do you want to hurt me? Go right ahead" and all that. And then they went. That's when he laid down. Candy laid down, and then Steve Martin stood there and thought about what he had said and felt bad, and then he went and laid down. And they went to sleep, and then the next thing you hear is Emmylou Harris singing "Back in My Baby's Arms," and they were spooning.
Yes. And John Candy's kissing his ear.
Oh wow, he must have been committed to that role. And then that's when the infamous, probably the most famous line of the movie comes in. Well, where's your other hand?
In between the
Between
pillows.
two pillows. Those aren't pillows. I can't imagine. But so how much did you? Well, I don't know if you enjoyed that scene. Did you?
Yeah, it was funny. I liked it.
Great scene.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely set up their characters a lot. I thought. And I thought John, this is where I think John was so brilliant in the role, is that he could be annoying,
But sweet.
yeah. You could want to choke the life out of him, but he was so good natured
Yeah.
that then you would feel guilty for feeling that way.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the emotional push and pull that goes on throughout this film. So after that, oh, and in the middle of the night, they got their money stolen.
Oh, yeah, they got robbed. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because he kind of snuck in between the fight and the waking up the next morning. And
robbed them both.
And then that's when they went to the diner, and Steve accused them of stealing. And then they realized they got robbed. So, what did you think when they were sitting there and that dude's son pulled up?
The dude's son pulled up. Oh, that was, yeah. Wasn't that further down the road though? You're jumping ahead.
No, that was right after the diner when they're needing to get.
Because you're going from planes, and then they go to a train, and then they go to an automobile. I thought.
Well, they got. Remember, they got in the back of his truck.
To drive to where?
Now you have to give me a minute to remember that one. I was just thinking about when he pulled up in that truck. Quit, Jake. Get off. Move, boy.
Boy.
This cat. Get off, Jake. Likes to sit on my modem. So, yeah, but so they. Well, one, how disgusting was that guy?
That was pretty gross, yeah.
And then I loved it when he told his wife to get her lazy butt out of the truck and pick up that trunk.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then they got me. They actually got me with a scare. When they're riding in the back of the truck and Steve Martin went to reach down and pick up his glove.
Oh, the dog was down there?
And the dog. Yeah. And another great bit when they finally got to where they were going, and all three of them were covered in snow.
Yeah.
Dusted in snow and half froze.
So then they
now
go to the train.
Is that where we got on the train?
It goes in order, yeah.
Does it? Did you take notes? Because I didn't
take notes, but I think it's common knowledge that planes, trains, and automobiles goes in order of first the plane, then the train, then the car.
Well,
yes.
It's the plane first, and then
the train.
Well, but we've already been in a truck, and that's an automobile.
But they weren't on their quest in the truck.
Okay. But I thought the train came later in the movie.
No.
Now I'm confused.
And then it would have been planes, trucks, automobiles, and trains. And that doesn't work.
Okay. So this is where they divided, and
yeah, so Steve Martin still has credit cards, right? So he tries to buy he buys them both a ticket to get on the train, but he didn't get them a ticket together because he's fed up with Dale by now.
Okay. So we're gonna change the name to Dale.
I said Dale, but if you want to call him Dale, that's fine.
No. Yeah. So they got on the train. That's when he was sitting by that young lady.
Uh-huh.
Where was Dell?
He didn't get him a seat together. He got him one in a different car, I think. So he said it like it was accidental, but implied that it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then the train breaks down.
That's right.
They got to get out and walk to the next train station, which is like a mile and a half, I think he said. And he sees John Candy struggling with that damn trunk and goes and helps him. So he keeps getting aggravated and then returning to feeling sorry for him.
Yeah. And how many times did that happen in this movie?
Yeah, constantly.
So yeah, he went and helped him to the trunk. Where did they go from there? It wasn't another train, was it?
No, I think it was to rent a car.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Hence the automobiles.
Yeah, but this wasn't the automobile, because that didn't come until toward the end of the movie. The one that they torched.
Yeah.
Now I'm a little confused. So we were carrying that trunk.
Mm-hmm.
Is this where they ended up in the other diner?
Yes.
And John Candy was selling shower curtain rings as earrings. And
does anybody else hear the static? Is it just me? Your static is back.
Is it? I don't hear it.
You sound like a robot.
Do I? Is that better?
Nope. What's that?
How about now?
You sound like Stephen Hawking. Oh no, he's muted himself again. Let me finish. You're muted. You're muted 100%.
All right.
Finish the movie.
Is that better?
Now you're static.
I'm static again.
This is not our night.
It's got to be on. How am I sounding, Steve?
Static.
He says, Steve's down here saying he sounds good to me.
He said, I can't hear him at all. It's all static.
He says it's got to be on your end.
No, it's got to be on your end, Dale.
No, because your husband just said it's Mandy's phone. It sounds good to me, too.
All static.
And Steve said you sound perfectly fine.
Well, you keep talking and I'll just listen to the static. Go ahead. Go on to the automobile.
Just kind of looking to Steve's notes onto the side and see if I can remember exactly where we're at. So we're at the diner. We're at the diner.
Yeah, you're at the diner.
And John Candy's selling
shower curtain rings
as earrings and whatever else he can sell them as, and making some money. And that's when Steve decides again they need to go their separate ways, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and this is where Steve goes to get a rent-a-car.
Yes.
And this is one of the other great scenes of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Because he goes and rents a car and rides a bus a couple miles out to get the car, and it's not there. And the bus that brought him out's already leaving.
Yeah.
So he has to walk all the way back. Now, I must have gotten groggy or something at this point. I don't know because I don't remember. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't remember seeing the part where he slid down the hill.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The embankment. There's a point where he steps out in the snow and it's an embankment and he goes sliding all the way down. That adds to his frustration because he's dirty and filthy and tired when he finally gets back
To go yell at the lady.
to go yell at the lady.
Yeah.
And I knew that was coming, and so I counted 18 F-bombs. And that's what I'm talking about sometimes when I talk about at least back when comedy was real, when it was still good. They didn't have to be crude to be funny, but when they did step over that line, they did it in a clever manner. Because I thought that that scene was organic and put in that kind of situation, I could lose my mind just like he did.
Vin told me today that he read somewhere that was all improvised.
Was it?
That's what Vin said. So if that's inaccurate, blame him.
Okay. Well, that was brilliant on Martin's part because that was funny, and you could definitely feel his pain. And then he just started going off the rails because I loved it because he went out there and he after that lady told him off, he walked out there and wasn't she brilliant?
Yes, she was.
Just a little bit part, but man, she made that. Her lines were improvised. Yeah, I did hear in one of the, if I can get my cursor to work. Yeah, because he told her basically to talk about Thanksgiving. So all that little bit about, oh yeah, the relatives are coming over for Thanksgiving, go, whatever she did, that little noise she made that I can't do, all that was brilliantly improvised.
Gotcha.
And then he goes out and starts talking slick to that other guy, and the other guy punched him in the face.
Yeah.
And then, John Candy nearly ran over him.
So now we're in the green car.
Oh, yeah.
Driving home.
Yeah. And all kinds of building up of annoyance.
Mm-hmm. I love the scene where Steve Martin is asleep and John Candy's singing along to that song.
Oh, yeah, and driving all over the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was all brilliant. And then when he was trying to adjust that car seat.
Yeah. He broke it.
And then they switch back. They start going down the wrong road.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved. Yeah, it was brilliant. I mean, those people trying to warn them, you're going the wrong way, and John Candy is going.
Yeah.
like they're crazy and they're drunk.
Yeah.
And that whole car scene where they go between the two trucks and send that trunk flying overhead. But then the brilliance of having them with their backs to the car when it goes up.
Yeah, that was funny.
And
then they just crack up laughing about it.
Yeah.
So much has already happened.
Until Steve Martin realizes that he stole his credit card.
Yeah.
To rent the car. Because he thought the guy was, he thought Dell it was on him. No, it's on you.
Yeah.
Well, give me my credit card back. Well, I can't. I put it in back in your wallet, which is now in flames.
So then they go get another hotel room. No, Steve Martin gets a hotel room with a $17 and a watch.
Yeah, but when they pulled up, didn't you love it the way Steve Martin had to pry his fingers up off of the steering wheel, and then all those burnt credit cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dream scene is almost identical to the drug scene in Due Date, which is almost an identical movie. You know, I saw Due Date.
Did you love it? Because
No.
I think what? Did you say no?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Well, I think that so many movies get remade and they're crap, but this was far better than Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Due Date?
Yes, absolutely.
Better than Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Absolutely. Are you in shock?
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Well, it's the truth, man. The truth hurts sometimes, so let it process and move on. Watch it again. Oh. Technical difficulty. 1 second. My phone's going to die. I got to grab a charger.
Okay. Crazy talk. Exactly, Steve. Crazy talk. Due Date. I watched it. It didn't make much of an impression on me.
Well, I'm still here. And I have more to say about that. Zach Galifianakis, Robert Downey Jr. Way better than Steve Martin and John Candy any day. I would charge my phone to argue that point. Way better. Hands down. Due Date better, whatever. No, yeah, it's better.
Wow.
When's the last time you saw it?
It's been a few years. All I remember about it was him threatening that little kid.
Oh, it's so much. Oh, it's so much.
I can't even really remember what it was about.
There is a scene. I've said this 1,000 times. My Vin's probably thinking I'm crazy for saying it again. Where he spits in that dog's face, and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You gotta watch it again.
Wow, but see, that's the thing. Planes, Trains, Automobiles. I watched it once. It shot in my top 10 comedies of all time. I watched Due Date a couple of years ago. I barely remember it. What does that tell you?
It tells me that you need to wake up and watch it again.
I might watch it just because I want to see what Vin's talking about the movies being almost identical.
Except for one being better. Yes, they are almost identical.
Yeah, because Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is clearly one of the greatest comedies ever written, and Due Date's just a cheap knockoff imitation. I bet you that we'd find Due Date in a Dollar Tree a lot quicker than we would.
I bet you
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Absolutely the other way around. You're not gonna find.
Oh, no.
You're not gonna find Robert Downey Jr. in a dollar bin.
Who directed Due Date?
I don't know. Who cares?
Well, see, everybody knows John Hughes directed Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Why? Because he's a brilliant director and has earned that reputation.
Other than Vin told me today, I wouldn't have known that.
And how many people would really consider Zach Galifianakis?
I do. Whatever you get ready to say, I do.
I forgot. That's one of those guys that you're in love with, too.
No, I wouldn't go that far. But he's brilliant.
Didn't you almost divorce Steve Carell?
I would never divorce Steve Carell. Let's put that.
To go with Zach?
No.
I seem to remember you told me, because you ran with your crush on Steve forever when I met you.
No, Moving on.
And then at some
I got
point
15 minutes and I gotta go to bed. Move on.
Oh, here. Well, how about you respond to Steve here? He says,
I've never seen Hot Tub Time Machine. Yes, I have. It's got Craig Robinson in it, doesn't it? I have.
Yeah, I don't know. I never watched it. It just looked like another one of those. Like I said, I'm not real crazy about comedies after about the mid-90s.
Todd Phillips directed Due Date. There you go.
Todd Phillips.
Yes.
The legendary Todd Phillips directed Due Date.
Absolutely. He won an Academy Award.
For Due Date?
No. All right.
Well, you should know about Hot Tub Time Machine because Craig Robinson is in it.
That's what I just said.
Oh. Okay.
That's probably the only reason I watched it, because Craig Robinson was in it.
Okay. So where were we? The car was up in flames. Yep. Right?
No, we already got.
Oh no, we were at the hotel and they bartered for a hotel room, and then they had their little party where they realized they got back to.
Steve Martin left him out in the cold in the snow.
Right, but then he felt bad and invited them in, and they started having their party.
Oh yeah.
And had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And they got back in the car, got stopped, and got their car impounded because he told the cop, who was I forget the actor's name, Lenny from Laverne and Shirley, Michael Keaton. No, not Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Something Keaton.
Don't know.
Anyway, he played Lenny in Laverne. He was also in all the great mockumentaries like Spinal Tap and but I've forgotten his name. So he was the officer that pulled them over and then impounded their.
Michael McKean.
Michael McKean. So I was close, sort of. Yeah. Keaton and McKean are almost close, and I had the Michael right.
The Laverne and Shirley. Batman to Lenny.
Yep. So they got their Squiggy is my spirit animal. Oh, did you ever see Laverne and Shirley?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, they got their car impounded because all the stuff was melted. And then what did they end up doing? They got another train ticket, right?
See, that's where I feel like the truck ride came in.
Oh yeah, I know what. Yeah, because they
we had the truck ride too soon.
Yeah, they got in the back of that freezer truck.
Yeah, and made it to I guess the subway.
Subway.
Yeah. Or another train.
Another train. That's where Steve left him.
Yeah.
And then felt bad and went back. And then we found out that the wife was gone.
Yeah.
Which was sad.
Mm-hmm.
And made you kind of appreciate the fact that he took him home.
Yeah. Introduced him to his family.
Yeah.
And then the end, and then you go watch Due Date.
No, it wasn't the very end.
No, that was the end.
We had the credits.
I'm already asleep. If the credits are on, I'm asleep.
Well, after the credits, we went back to the boss.
Oh, did
in
we?
New York. And he's still staring at the stuff. Trying to make up his mind. And that was the end.
I didn't see that.
But I can't believe. So are you telling me, am I to understand? Because I just assumed that you would love this movie because it's such a classic.
I did love the movie, but that doesn't mean that I didn't love Due Date more.
Okay.
They did it better. And in most cases, the original is always better. But in this instance,
Like in this case.
no, it's not. So whoever
Due Date was just
we're
so
gonna get
good.
we're gonna get like 100 views on this, like our average. I want our 100 viewers to put in the comments which is better.
Okay, so that's what we're looking. Well, if we haven't been getting many comments, but if you want to leave one, that is the challenge. Put in the comments, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, or Due Date, which is the better movie. Here's Steve with some good information. Due Date has 39% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So,
Well, I'm just saying. I think I kind of agree with Rotten Tomatoes here.
well, thank you for your information.
Looking to see now. From looking at the trivia page and looking at and having watched some of the featurettes, apparently John Hughes writes his movies really quick, and he wrote this one, like the initial script he wrote in about 3 or 4 days for the movie.
Tell.
Huh?
And you can tell.
Not really. But he actually had a similar incident where he was trying to go from New York to Chicago, and the flight was diverted to Wichita, Kansas, taking him 5 days to get home.
Thanks.
Yeah, so I don't know I would like to know exactly how much of this was personal experience and how much of it was out of his imagination. And what is this? Is he just saying this because he's your husband?
No, he's saying that because it's right. I mean, he's a brilliant, genius screenwriter himself. So he would know.
Oh my
He's being inducted into the Kentucky Film and Television Hall of Fame. So are we going to trust him, or are we going to trust Rotten Tomatoes?
Okay. I really wish we could figure out how to do polls on the Dolph and Dale page.
We can't even figure out our audio. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm doing the best I can with the stuff that I've got. You've got an incredible system, and you're
My cell phone.
shooting on a cell phone. Oh wow. Yeah, I just wish we could, because I got a feeling that the general public thinks I'm right.
I have a feeling that you're wrong.
And I think I want to know how much you paid Vin to say that.
One person to Vineyard versus the other. I go with Rotten Tomatoes. Wrong value vinyl, Steve. How do you mute his comments, Dale?
Huh?
Mute his comments.
Mute his comments. I'm highlighting them over here.
Wrong.
Because he's my support right now.
So we got 2 votes for Due Date, 2 votes for Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, I think that's hardly scientific. Especially since one of the votes.
I'm gonna go in and make like a bunch of fake YouTube accounts and vote for Due Date.
Yeah, I smell voting fraud. I'm taking it to court.
No,
I'll take it to the Supreme Court.
You are not.
I will challenge that.
It's fake news. No, it's not happening.
Oh my. and I got you, Steve. So you can't mute him.
Whatever.
Yeah. So all right. What did we decide was next week's film? A Christmas Story,
Christmas
right?
Story. Mm-hmm.
Zach Galifianakis.
You look a little like Zach Galifianakis there, buddy. And he's hilarious. Next week is what?
Do what now?
What's next week's movie?
Christmas Story, I believe.
We tried to see it tonight. It did not go well.
I heard. You told me. It ended in a retreat of humiliation, right?
I laid my seat all the way down so no one could see me leaving the drive-in. It was embarrassing.
So you were reenacting Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes. But I'll rent it. I think it's on Amazon Prime. I think.
Okay. All right. So that'll be next week's film. Again, just a reminder about the contest. Got till Sunday night. And then
How many entries we have?
6.
Oh, that's not
It's
bad.
it's not bad. I kind of feel like we're fighting the algorithms. I think if there was just some way we could.
I think if somebody was a Due Date fan, it might sway my vote. Hint.
Yeah. So we've got then Steve and I will be doing a live stream in the morning. Just to remind everybody about that. Yeah, I'm going to have to start taking notes in these movies because I can't depend on my old mind anymore to get us from scene to scene to scene.
Yeah.
Even because
I always say I'm going to do that, and I never do.
I watched the movie this afternoon. I mean, I finished it maybe 2 hours before the live stream.
Oh, wow.
And I like to do that so I can be fresh on the movie when we do the live stream. But apparently, my brain just won't hold on to too many scene changes. See, we're going to have to do Hitchcock's Rope at some point because it's all one scene throughout the whole movie. It was one of those where he tried to shoot it and it looks like one long cut all the way through.
I've never seen it.
But yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, Steve's mentioning that one of the NFL games got moved. So
y'all
but we still got
football?
2 more.
Y'all talking about football in the morning?
Yeah, well, we'll be talking about football. I'm sure we'll be talking about a lot of stuff. I've tried to invite a lot of the vinyl community and stuff like that. Even if you're not in football, come in and let Steve and I wish him happy Thanksgiving, and I'm sure we'll probably talk about more than just football. There'll be plenty of football talk, but
text me before you go on, and I'll see if I can get on.
Do what now?
Text me before you go on. Remind me.
Okay.
I can get on.
All right, I'll do that. And so anybody watching this back, we hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Hope that you'll join us. Mandy and I are getting ready to do 4 straight Christmas movies through the month of December. So we hope you'll join us for those. And if you will stay where you're at, Mandy, for just a minute, I'm going to log us off. And so tomorrow morning we'll be talking about how Due Date is an overrated movie.
I will be on. I'm coming. I'm setting an alarm.
Do you want? Maybe I'll send you an invite. You can come in here and argue with Steve live.
I know nothing about football, so.
Well, no, I'm talking about Due Date. Oh, and apparently your daughter loves Christmas movies.
Okay.
So hopefully she'll enjoy this little run too. All right, so that's it for tonight.
Okay.
And we will see everyone in the morning.
All righty.